How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I just want to talk to you about the accessories that I currently have on my Tesla Model Y. So if you are in the market for a Model Y and you currently have possibly one on order, there's also a couple things I would recommend getting right away before you actually even pick up the car, because once you get it, you're going to want to throw them on there just to prevent certain things from happening. And for the first accessory that we'll talk about, well, it's not really an accessory, but it is the PPF Wrap. I'm not going to go into too much detail on it because I have a bunch of videos on the channel about it, but I do have the entire car wrapped in PPF as well as ceramic coated. Now, PPF in general is pretty expensive, so this is definitely by preference. If you're looking at just kind of maximizing protection of the car as far as mostly the front end of the car, to block it from things like rock chips and things like that, definitely look into PPF. It's not necessary, and we'll talk about all the other stuff that's a lot more affordable in this video. All right, for the next exterior accessory that I highly recommend are mud flaps or mud guards. Now, the main reason why you're going to want to get mud guards, especially for the front, is because the Model Y has a lot of kick up as far as the tire goes. And what happens with that kick up from the debris from that front tire, the way the body is shaped, it actually goes in and it curves out. So what you'll notice on a lot of Model Ys is that there's a bunch of rock chips right over here because of this right there. The tire will kick up all that debris and it'll pass right here, and then it'll end up hitting this back portion of the car. So of course, first and foremost, you're gonna wanna get something like front mud flaps for that protection. But honestly, for me, I really like the look of them. It gives the car a lot wider of a stance, just looks a little bit more aggressive. So kind of has dual purpose in that sense, so that it actually does serve a good purpose, protecting those rock chips from the back, as well as giving your car a little bit more of an aggressive look. Now, because I have PPF on the entire car, I do have PPF on this door as well. However, if you aren't gonna invest in a full wrap as far as PPF goes, Tesla from the factory actually does sell a PPF kind of an area right here where it's cut out for this back corner. So it goes from right here all the way up here, and it's made because Tesla knows that there's a lot of kick up from the front, that Tesla did make a little small piece of PPF that you can purchase from Tesla. As far as accessories on the outside, that's what I currently have. Well, next we'll jump on the inside. And if you guys haven't seen my previous video on floor mats, this is the lace fit floor mat, and I actually highly recommend these. I'll leave the links down in the description below. I actually tested out the lace fit one as well as the Tasmanian one. I do like this one versus the Tasmanian one, and these are what I'm using currently on the Model Y, and these fit really, really nice. A couple tabs here on the side that I forgot to mention on my first video that actually tuck into the side panel, so it prevents it from sliding too much. I would definitely look into getting all weather mats. I believe Tesla, and I'm not sure actually now because they always change what they're including on delivery. I'm not even sure if they're including the standard carpeted floor mats anymore, but this as well as the mud guards, I would definitely look into getting those even before you take delivery of your car. Have those ready to go. All right, so now that we're in the car, besides the floor mats, the one thing I did pick up is this added armrest, or armrest pad for your elbow. Now, the armrest that comes on the Model Y works fairly well, but it is pretty firm. As you can see here, it's not much padding in there. And after driving for a little bit, you kind of feel that on your elbow. This one looks factory, so if I didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't even notice that it's on there, but they do sell a couple different like patterns. I wanted to keep everything as factory looking as possible, so I just got the plain one. And all you do is slide this, has some elastic bands here on the very bottom. Once you get the elastic bands over the bottom portion, and there you go. I mean, for the most part, if I didn't tell you, like I said, it looks factory, it feels good. While we're still here in this middle section, the one thing I would suggest getting is these right here. These are a couple trays that are for the front cabin portion of it, the center console, as well as the rear. And the reason why you'd want something like this is because these are really large and deep holes. So if you were to throw stuff in there, they really kind of get lost in this abyss of a hole down here. And what this tray gives you is that second kind of layer, that tier. So what I have here in the front cubby is a bunch of different cables that I use, suction cups and things like that for my cameras. And this just allows you to just have that extra layer. So down here I have things like my remote control for my gaming console. I have masks and miscellaneous things that you know, you normally have in your car, and then this sits right on top, and then have things like lotion, hand sanitizer, and things on the very top. Next accessory I have is this right here, which is a little cup holder liner. Just having drinks in your cup holder in general that have some moisture on the outside. I don't want to have those stains sitting on my factory kind of cup holders. So this is a nice little inexpensive liner that you put here. So if you were to spill anything, you can actually just take this out, wash it out, and then put it right back. And same thing, very much like this thing, it kind of looks pretty factory. All right, so as we move into the rear of the car, I do take my kids around here. I have 3 kids. 2 boys and a girl, and the back of the car, of course, is getting all of the traffic. The one thing I did pick up is this seat protector, and it's pretty much a universal seat protector that can be used for anything from kids to dogs. And I did get this one off Amazon as well. So it's just a little added protection to cover up the white seats, as well as I have the lace fit floor mats running down here on the very back. But this thing right here, pretty inexpensive. Another accessory I do have in the rear are these right here, which are seat belt extenders. If you guys are looking at putting a car seat or a child seat in your Tesla, the ability to access the seat belt down below is going to be extremely hard. So you're going to need something like this, which are seat belt extenders. That way you're able to get access to the seat belt here and plug it in, so my kids have no issues plugging that in. If not, they're gonna have to try to get to that bottom right there, the seatbelt connector at the very bottom, which does not pull out. So it's very hard to access your seatbelt if you do have a car seat in the car. But here in the trunk, the one accessory that I do have, and actually I really like, is this right here. It's basically a side cubby. So if you guys don't know, on the side, there's another huge cavity or another huge storage area for you to use. Very similar to like what I have for the cup holder. It is a rubber water sealed piece that goes on the inside here. So what I like to do is I like to carry around a bunch of things like water bottles. I'll have a lot of my cleaning supplies and just pretty much anything that you want to stick in here, but know that at least you're protected so that if something does spill, it'll stay right into this area and you can easily take this out and clean it. Now, even though it's really cool just to have as a liner, the one thing that's really nice about this set is that it comes with this right here, which is a cover, and it does match the black. Now, what's really good about these pieces is that once you put this on top of that rubber, it sits right here and it sits flush with the car. As you can see right here, it looks like it's just one piece. It matches this carpet here. So it's really an additional storage, as well as it is protected as far as when people are looking into your trunk. And this is just a little bonus tip. Highly recommend just keeping a black kind of towel or a blanket in the rear of your car. Unfortunately, this is a 2022. A lot of the 2023 models have that rear cargo cover now built into it. Anything 22 and back don't have that. Cover all your stuff, because there is a lot of shadiness happening as far as break-ins go, especially here in California. If you guys have any other accessories that you guys have used, you guys recommend, please leave those in the comment section down below. Of course, if you guys got the value from this video, a big like would be much appreciated, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.